How do you know whether you're meant to be an entrepreneur? Being an entrepreneur is a terrible way to make a lot of money. Great ways to make a lot of money are finding an industry that's growing, getting in fairly early, and finding a way to be smarter and better than your coworkers and sort of rise through the ranks, right? Being an entrepreneur is a great way to never sleep and frequently run out of money, with the possibility that somewhere in the future your company might sell and you might own enough of it and you might stay through an earnout and the stock that you get from the acquiring company might be worth something, so you'll actually make a little bit of money. Year over year, terrible way to make money. But people do it anyway. And the question kind of is why, right? Like, hey, this is so terrible. Why do I want to keep doing it? And that's something I ask myself. The personality traits that drive somebody to be an entrepreneur, one, if people call you unmanageable a lot, but you're really good at your job, that's a good sign that you'd be a good entrepreneur, right? And we all know somebody like that, or we are like that, where you get a sales quota and you double it. You know, you're an iOS developer. Hey, you have a month to build this. You have it built in a week. But for some reason, like your boss never really likes you that much, that's probably a good sign that you're the type of personality who might be better on their own. It might mean that you should start your own company. And the reason that, you know, things don't quite work for you and you work for somebody else is because you're a better boss than the boss you work with. I think that the qualities you need to be an entrepreneur, you need to have a ton of resilience. You need to just have an iron stomach, right? If every time something goes wrong, you get worried, you're going to be a terrible entrepreneur because the anxiety will kill you. You have to get to a point where literally the ground is splitting and like there are arrows raining from the heavens and everything is on fire, including your own hair. And you're like, no, it's probably gonna be fine. Yeah, I mean, here's what I think. I think it's gonna be fine. Like, this is what we're gonna do. And you just develop this sort of calm within a storm. It's like you're in the middle of a tornado. You have to be in the middle of the tornado, able to clearly look at it, see the direction it's going in, and figure out how to maximize that, or honestly, sometimes just how to not die so that you can get up tomorrow and do something else. If you are the person who's delayed at the airport and you have diarrhea and you're hungover and everything is terrible and your wallet got lost, and this is like a meltdown for you, it's going to be hard to run a company. If you figure out how to parlay that so that you're in first class being escorted in a wheelchair through TSA, you're going to be a great entrepreneur, right? And most of us, it's somewhere in the middle, but it's really sort of being resilient and creative problem solving and understanding that. So take your pulse. Are you alive? Great. So there's going to be another way. You can figure something out. What's the next step? Move through the situation. If you're the type of person who often shuts down and says, this is it, this is the end, I can't do it, everything's terrible, nothing's ever going to be good again, then it's going to be really hard to run a company because 99.9% of the time you're dealing with disasters.
I mean, I'm sure you've done like plenty of interviews before, but I just feel like people are going to be like, we love her. Seriously.
Thank you.